Heaven is watching. Stop warring.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
Buddha said that the bodhisattvas should not eat any meat. Please keep watching to find out more.
The people of Bhutan would say Kuju Jangpola to visitors, meaning hello in Jongkha, the main language of Bhutan. I am Dorje. The sincere Bhutanese people wish you ever-fulfilling lives with enriching spiritual endeavors. Tibetan Buddhism is a religion with a rich cultural heritage that emerged from a wide range of spiritual practices. These include the complete scope of the Buddha's teachings from the Hinayana, Mahayana, and Vajrayana traditions. Different schools belonging to Tibetan Buddhism today include the Nyingma, founded by Padmasambhava, Kagyu, founded by Tilopa, Sakya, founded by Koncho Gyalpo and his son Sachen Kunga Ningpo, and Gelug, founded by Tsongkhapa Lobsang Drakpa. The teachings of Tibetan Buddhism focus on mindfulness of death and the ephemeral nature of life, leading to diligence in meditation and spiritual practice. Mandalas, prayer flags, and thangka paintings are visual reminders for practitioners on the path. Vegetarianism in Tibetan Buddhism is not new. However, many people still mistakenly align vegetarianism in Tibet to modernization. In fact, numerous great ancient Tibetan Buddhist masters such as Norchi Kunga Jongpo, Dolpopa Shirab Gyaltsin, 4th Karmapa, 8th Karmapa, Patral Rinpoche advocated vegetarianism. More recent masters like Satral Sanjay Dorje Rinpoche and the 17th Karmapa also preach likewise. His Holiness the 17th Karmapa, Ogyen Trinley Dorje, is the spiritual head of the 900-year-old Karma Kagyu lineage of Tibetan Buddhism. The title Karmapa is accorded to the one who performs the activities on behalf of the Buddha, and the Karmapa lineage itself is recognized for putting Buddhist principles into action. Galwang Karmapa has stressed the importance of preserving Tibetan culture, unity, language, and literacy, which is critical for the Dharma in Tibet. His Holiness wrote and produced several plays combining traditional Tibetan opera with modern theatre. The first play he wrote, about the life of the great Tibetan yogi Milarepa, attracted about 20,000 spectators in its debut performance in 2010 in Bodh Gaya, India. Despite having been brought up as a meat-eater in a nomadic family in Tibet, His Holiness subsequently abandoned meat and firmly encouraged others to stop buying, making, and eating meat. The 17th Karmapa believes strongly in compassion, loving kindness, women's rights, vegetarianism, and caring for Mother Earth as universal values. In one of his talks on vegetarianism, given on January 3, 2007, at the 24th Annual Great Kagyu Monlan, Bodh Gaya, India, His Holiness directed all his followers to adhere to vegetarianism. Any monastery that belongs to Kamsang Kagyu, the monastery kitchen cannot and should not make any food with meat. And if you bring meat and cook it in the monastery kitchen, then that means that you are not taking me as your teacher. You are not belonging to Karma Kagyu, and there is nothing to discuss about that. That's finished. That is very important. We will continue to share with you excerpts from His Holiness speeches on vegetarianism and previous Karmapas who were strict vegetarians. In the catalogue of his collected works by 5th Jamarpa Konchok Gyanlag, there is a text called A Letter to My Defenseless Mothers, primarily in the land of snows, How Eating Meat is Wrong. There is a text with this title which is like an announcement that spread all over Tibet. Even though we don't currently have the text, just seeing the title shows that he widely publicized that eating meat is inappropriate and wrong. The 8th Karmapa did not travel to regions where they offered mainly meat. Also, as further citation and support, there is the commentary on good deeds by 8th Karmapa's student Sanjay Paldrup that says, no matter what region he traveled to, he skillfully prevented people from eating meat. In Kampo, because of the region, he was unable to prevent people from eating meat. It was due to this that he did not go for alms in Kampo or other regions where they only ate meat. This basically says the 8th Karmapa skillfully, not forcefully, tried to stop people eating meat. But in Kampo, northern regions like Janthang, where there was very little to eat other than meat, he would not go to those regions. People said that's why he didn't go there. Meat forbidden from being included in Gator or Mahakal rituals. Not only that, we see this in the text the 8th Karmapa wrote himself in his great commentary on the Vinaya. It says, it is forbidden to put meat in the Gator or Mahakal rituals, that people are not allowed to do this. That if they did that, you are not taking me as your teacher, and I do not think of you as my students, and you should think about that. He said this very forcefully and insistently. Basically, the 8th Karmapa was saying you had to do this and follow that. Meat is one of the 8 impure things that must be abandoned by monastics. Similarly, p2o2 Dorje also said in his 100 short instructions that as soon as people go forth and become monastics, they must refrain from the 8 impure things. There are different ways to count these 8 things, but for p2o2 Dorje, they are meat, alcohol, armor, weapons, riding animals, business and housing, milking, and animal husbandry. Particularly in relation to meat, alcohol, and weapons, one is not supposed to even look at them, forget about using them. He taught in that text that if you do not give up meat, you are not part of the Kagyu lineage. Thus, it is important to apply them in practice. The 8th Karmapa is not just being excessively confident and making it up at will. What is the scriptural source for him saying that if you don't give up those 8 impure things, you are not a Kagyupa? There are some words from a sutra that Dakpo Gampopa cited that to be a genuine student of the Buddha's teachings, you have to give up the 8 impure things. Thus, the followers of the Kagyu lineage must give up these 8 things. This is how 8th Karmapa explains them, but he is not just listing them, saying it like a forceful order without reasons. Generally, regarding those who ordained, if you ask if meat is allowed for the monks or not, some people say that it is not allowed because if there are people who are eating meat, then there will be people who will kill those animals, and if there is no one eating meat, then there would be no one to make the meat. So therefore, eating meat is very much related to killing, and therefore the negative deed of killing is very much caused by eating meat. There was once a person in China who used to butcher pigs. Each day he used to kill a pig and he used to make his sword red. Sometimes he thought, why should I do this? Each day I am killing a pig, and he thought, it's not because I want to kill the pig, but because other people want to eat it and need the pig, and therefore that's why I am doing it. And so he was consoling himself that it's not too bad. There was a monastery nearby, and in the monastery there was a big bell. And every morning when the bell rang, he got up and went to kill the pig. One morning he overslept and woke up late, and when he went late to kill his pig, the pig that he was supposed to kill already had 10 piglets. Then, because that morning there was no bell rung, he went to the temple and he asked the head monk why it was that this morning there was no bell. And the head monk told him that he had a dream last night, and in the dream he met 10 beings, and they came and asked the monk, please save 10 of us. And then the monk asked, how do I save you, piglets? And the piglets said, the only thing you need to do is not to ring the bell this morning, and then you will save all of us. And then the monk said to the butcher, therefore I didn't ring the bell. When the butcher heard this, he was very moved and stopped killing any pigs from that time onward. Buddha said that the bodhisattvas should not eat any meat. Therefore, it has been prohibited to eat meat in the bodhisattva's way of life. We have to see every being as our own son or our own child, and therefore, when we eat meat, it is like just for our food, we are giving up the sentient beings who are supposed to be dear to us like our own child. So therefore, this way of using the meat for our food is a little bit like not only something that is prohibited or looked down upon from the bodhisattva's point of view, but is also something that is regarded as not good from the Sarvakayana point of view.
不过现在西藏和尚很多吃素了，嘿，在印度也好几个团体改吃素了，跟着达赖喇嘛了，对呀，达赖喇嘛已经吃素了，大家都应该一起吃素，全西藏要吃素的，别谈了，别问了，别什么犹豫了哈，都是和尚都要全部跟着达赖喇嘛吃素，然后人民的那个信佛教全部都跟着和尚一起吃素，是对的，是吗？是。这样才说虔诚的徒弟，是吗？怎么师父吃素，然后徒弟不吃素是怎么样嘛？是啊，达赖喇嘛是最大的那个西藏的名师嘛，有没有啊？佛在世的，如果他吃素的话，他的所有底下的和尚应该全部通通吃素，不用再谈了，是吗？然后他们底下的和尚，意思说部下的和尚了小一点位置的和尚全部吃素的，的话，那他们徒弟们应该也跟着一起吃素才对了，还要谈什么嘛？是不是？是一天到晚拜达赖喇嘛，然后他吃素，你就吃肉，是拜什么？是吗？不合道理。
大宝法王30年以前就非常坚决的说，他的弟子必须吃素，不吃素就不是他弟子。对了，佛也是这样讲你吃肉就不是我徒弟就对了。佛以前有这样说，太好了太好了。
Kind-hearted viewers, thank you for joining us for today's program on Words of Wisdom. May Buddha's light illuminate your lives and spiritual paths always.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/WOW.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/WOW.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/WOW.
番組は多言語放送です。放送予定は suprememastertv.com/schedule そして suprememastertv.com/WOW。
Vegan, for the God's chosen